FBU National Championship is brought to you by Zenith, makers of the X2 football helmet.
We're on the road to San Antonio for the 2012 FBU National Championship. Hi everyone, I'm your host Neil Sika, and this is the FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show. Today, Team Wisconsin. We'll talk to their team director, Bob Bickett, right after this.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by East Bay, where the athletes are.
From the creators of the U.S. Army Bowl comes Football University. The most exclusive football training in the country invites, trains, and announces the next generation of football stars. If you're a 6th to 12th grader with elite football ability, FBU is for you. FBU matches elite athletes with elite instruction. Nominate an athlete today at footballuniversity.org. FBU, by position, by professionals, by invitation only.
You know.
Hi everyone, this is Neil Sika, your host for the 2012 FBU National Championship. And for the very first time, exclusive coverage of every game at the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade level. In conjunction with Swink.tv, you can sign up for the FBU Field Pass on FBUYouthNationalChampionship.com. Check out our full game, highlight, and combo packages. And we'll see you on the FBU Field Pass. We are back here on our FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview shows. Today we're looking at Team Wisconsin. They're on their way to West Des Moines for their opening round games. They'll paddle Iowa in the first round. Second round on December the 2nd. They could see Minnesota, Nebraska at the 8th grade level, but they also have 6th and 7th grade teams. We talk with Bob Bickett, who's their team director. He joins us now. Bob, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. Exciting to have you guys again. Maybe not the experience you did when you played in the first and second rounds last year in the Metrodome in Minneapolis, but still fun to get going again in this national championship.
Yeah, it is. It's real exciting to have the opportunity to represent the state of Wisconsin with a group of young, good players, and we hope to do our state proud.
Yeah, well, the Badgers have done the state proud. They're in the Big Ten championship game upcoming this weekend, a couple of Rose Bowl appearances, and I know a lot of your young kids probably hope to be Badgers one day, or at least on the grander stage of things. But let's start small. The 6th grade team, they're new to the fold all over the place, playing in the first and second rounds this weekend. What can you tell me about your 6th grade team?
Well, you know, as far as what people are used to for seeing school teams, they sure are big. I mean, the offensive line at the 6th grade level is probably averaging close to 150 pounds. They've got an outstanding fullback. Quarterback is real confident. You know, he does well handling the ball. Obviously, at the 6th grade level, passing isn't going to be a strong suit, but he runs the option real well. And, you know, for a 6th grader to be able to read on an option is pretty impressive. So, offensively, they're real strong, and defensively, they're big up front. You know, our defensive line, again, you know, 4 or 5 kids of 150 pounds at the 6th grade level just isn't something you're going to come across every day in school football, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to go on a limb, and furthermore, the 7th grade, I'm guessing, has some of those traits with the big beef up front, some power football. At least that's what I think of when I think of Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, again, the offensive line's 220, but at the 7th grade level, there's 2 outstanding backs. We got Jake Belangi out of New Berlin, who is probably one of the better athletes I've ever watched at, 13 years old, and another kid, Demetrius, and I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to slaughter it, but
we won't hold you to
he
that.
makes cuts that breaks kids' ankles. I mean, he's impressive.
Interesting. Defensively, some stalwarts that could maybe make an impact? You got some guys?
My son, Seth Bickett, plays middle linebacker. He's not as athletic as some of the kids on the team, but he's sneaky. He's in on just about every play. If it's within, slot end to slot end, he's there.
In the Plains Regional in West Des Moines, first and second rounds, Wisconsin. We're talking about them with their team director, Bob Bickett. 6th and 7th grade in the mix. We'll come back. We'll talk about the 8th graders right after this on this FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Football University, elite football training for the nation's top athlete.
Hey! Push it, good. Lift! Look at the hands, look at the eye level. I like it.
Let's take 5 kicks and let it go.
He was bouncing right there. He ran right through you.
It's only one ball, and everybody should be running to the ball.
Control the wrist.
Watch my knees, they go out like what? I'm climbing a big tree.
Power comes from what? Through your feet, through your hips, through the palms of your hand, guys. I've been playing chess since I was 9 years old. Chess helps me stay focused. It helps me stay aware. It helps me anticipate my opponent's next move. To see his strategy, find his weakness, and exploit it. Chess prepares my mind for battle. Because victory requires my strength, my speed, and my intelligence. My name is Ray Rice, and I'm an enlightened warrior.
Introducing the Youth Football Coaches Association, the premier online resource dedicated to improving coaching effectiveness and promoting youth safety for all volunteers. Register free at yfbca.org and begin receiving free youth coaching information, monthly newsletters, certification, and background checks. The most up-to-date concussion information, drills for all positions and skill levels. Learn all types of offensive and defensive plays. Join us at yfbca.org, where we are making good coaches great teachers.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Jersey Mike's. There is no substitute.
We are back here on this FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show. Team Wisconsin. They'll be in the Des Moines Regional, in the Plains Regional overall, as they take on the Iowa team. And then Minnesota, Nebraska, they kind of wait in the wings. So the upper Midwest, good hearty stuff, good hearty football on this opening weekend. Bob Bickett is the team director for Team Wisconsin. Bob, I was speaking earlier about your matchup with Minnesota in the Metrodome last year, but this 8th grade team, well, a lot of 7th graders from last year now playing. There were some wild games there in the first and second rounds. How is this 8th grade team better than last year's group?
Well, we have basically replaced out all of our kids. We've got an entirely new coaching staff from a year ago. And it's for various reasons, but we have one heck of a running game at the 8th grade level. We've got a coach who coached in the NFL for half a dozen years or so. The number of years I'm not real familiar with, but I do know he coached at the NFL level for a couple of years, so the kids are getting great instruction. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they can pound the football. They're a good ball team, and playing outside in Iowa in the middle of December should suit us just fine, you know, having a good running game.
Yeah, I'd imagine going on the road, this matchup with Iowa in your first-round game on December the 1st, this Saturday, some black and blue football, if you will, I would guess.
Yeah, I would guess that's all you're going to see, because being that Iowa's as flat as it is, I'm guessing winds will be flying. It'll be about 40 degrees outside, so we'll just keep running the ball till they can stop us.
Yeah, you feel pretty confident in that 8th grade defense?
Yep, yeah, they're a good group of kids. They fly around to the football. You know, they know their responsibilities and they play them. They'll be a formidable team.
Well, we look forward to these games here in Des Moines. Minnesota and Nebraska meet, and then Team Wisconsin, as we've talked with Bob Bickett, their team director, they will meet Iowa on this weekend's opening round of the 2012 FBU National Championship. Bob, thanks so much for taking some time and talking to us here today.
Thank you.
Bob Bickett, team director, Team Wisconsin. We'll step aside and come back to put a bow on the show. This is the FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by School of the Legends, voice of the players.
Hey everyone, this is your FBU National Championship host Neil Sika, and I got to tell you what, I am looking fly in my official East Bay FBU team licensed apparel, which you can get for a limited time only on FBUYouthNationalChampionship.com. Orders must be in by December 10th, and you can have that hoodie to keep you warm no matter where you are across the country, or that bag to carry all your gear on the road to San Antonio. Visit the officially licensed team apparel store on FBUNationalChampionship.com.
From the creators of the U.S. Army Bowl comes Football University, the most exclusive football training in the country, invites, trains, and announces the next generation of football stars. If you're a 6th to 12th grader with elite football ability, FBU is for you. FBU matches elite athletes with elite instruction. Nominate an athlete today at footballuniversity.org. FBU, by position, by professionals, by invitation only.
FBU, you know.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Zenith, makers of the X2 football. The FBU National Championship is brought to you by East Bay, where the athletes are.
I've been playing chess since I was 9 years old. Chess helps me stay focused. It helps me stay aware. It helps me anticipate my opponent's next move. To see his strategy, find his weakness, and exploit it. Chess prepares my mind for battle. Because victory requires my strength, my speed, and my intelligence. My name is Ray Rice, and I'm an enlightened warrior.
Hey everyone, it's your FBU National Championship host Neil Sika. On the road to San Antonio this year, don't forget, you can visit our official merchandise shops at every regional site across the FBU National Championship. We've got hats, hoodies, game tickets, and backpacks. Take full advantage and gear up today for your FBU National Championship on the road to San Antonio. We'll see you there.
Push it good. Lift. Look at the hands. Look at the eye level. I like it.
Let's take 5 kicks and let it go. He was bouncing right there. He ran right to you.
It's only one ball, and everybody should be running to the ball.
Control the wrist.
Watch my knees. They go out like what? I'm climbing a big tree.
Power comes from what? Through your feet, through your hips, through your palms of your hand, guys.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Football University, elite football training for the nation's top athlete.
3, 2, 1.
Thanks for watching our FBU National Championship desk shows. We're on the road to San Antonio. You can catch all the action by visiting FBUYouthNationalChampionship.com and take advantage of our pay-per-view model. Extended content can be found at Facebook.com/National Championship or on Twitter at FBU_NC. I'm Neil Sika, and we'll see you on the road to the Dome. Until then, so long.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Jersey Mike's. There is no substitute. School of the Legends, voice of the players.